from the point of legal issues, and so on. It is clear that if you want to develop certain new products, or if you want to educate people for developing final project, final solutions, services, and so on, that maybe technology is important part of the whole process, but it's absolutely not the only one. Second very important issue are legal issues. In many cases, when we are trying to develop something new, we have to solve also these issues. Further, economy or business models. Without business models, it is clear that no new solution will come to the market, and there will be no practical use of it. And not the final one, but very important. I mean, it is, of course, equally important as the others, is sociology or maybe philosophy. If we are doing something, we are doing that for people, and of course, it's the question how these new products, services will be accepted by people, and what does this mean for the society in general. So these are very important issues, and as I said before, you know, at least from the field of engineering, we are not aware of all these important issues, and I believe this session will provide some insights also from that point of view. Before, you know, we had two nice presentations about multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary education and things like that. My perception is that probably what we have to teach our students is not that we will provide so-called Superman persons that will include, you know, different professions in one person. It will not work in that way, but we have to teach them that they know how to work together, how to connect different fields, and that they know how to work together in the future. And my final remark is about so-called Society 5.0. We are now somewhere in the middle of, let's say, Industry 4.0, but we already have some ideas or change of paradigm towards the Society 5.0, meaning that the future technological development will be much more related also to humanities and social sciences. And that's also an important issue. And of course, it is important that we are discussing these things also in our rector seminars, and especially in this session too. So I would invite now the three presenters. First, Sorin, COSTREIE, Vice Rector, University of Bucharest. Please, can you start with your presentation? And I understand that your background is in philosophy, so it's a very interesting approach. So
exactly. So I'm not speaking here in my capacity of a vice rector, but as a philosopher.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Rector Papič, and thank you, President Sasso, for this, I would say, wonderful occasion to share thoughts and to raise questions about hot issues. I like a lot the previous presentations, especially the one in cognitive sciences. We have something similar in Bucharest, so I'm not entering into the details. What I would like to mention concerning the context of our discussions, a famous philosopher, Quine, in the 50s already have said that the domains, I mean the academic domains we are talking about today, are only for deans and librarians. Otherwise, we have problems to solve, you know, and problems doesn't fit exactly under the umbrella of a certain domain. I mean, big problems, right? Like time or being or viruses or economic problems, whatever. Anyway, I will start my presentation. I don't have a PowerPoint. I have only a critical point. So, and I will be very happy to have some time at the end to discuss all these problems. So I think it is clear that we need STEM today, that we need to promote and endorse science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The problem is that if we think dichotomous and we conclude that we need only STEM, then thus, do we need arts anymore? This is a great mistake, and this is why I would like to draw attention about it. Namely, I think that we still need art, we still need humanities and social sciences in our education and in our life. And in short, my plea today is for artistic and humanistic education, in the sense that if we focus exclusively on STEM, we are going to lose our humanistic stance in the world, our values and principles. Moreover, currently we are facing turbulent times, and this is a phrase that represents nowadays the hallmark of the COVID-19 pandemic, which forces people all around the world to find new ways of life and to adapt to the new context. We are witnessing national health systems colliding in front of a rapid spread of many waves and variants of this aggressive virus. People are losing faith in science and authorities and are giving more credit to conspiracy theories and fake news. Unfortunately, we are not facing only a health issue, but also its economic and social consequences. Also, unfortunately, we are not fighting only against this COVID-19 virus, but also other social viruses like nationalism, extremism, populism. We cannot fight with them only with the STEM resources, but we need to make appeal to social sciences and humanities, to arts in general, and to vaccinate us through a kind of more integrative education. In order to be more concrete, I will speak not just at this general level, but I would like to exemplify with a concrete example, namely with the role of philosophy in clinical medicine. And this falls under the umbrella of medical humanities. As you may know, is an interdisciplinary field of medicine, which includes the humanities, philosophy, ethics, history, comparative literature, or religion, social sciences like psychology, sociology, anthropology, and the arts like literature, theater, film, and visual art, and their application to the medical education and practice. And medical humanities is mainly concerned with training medical practitioners. So my plea is that medicine as a science needs philosophy and medical humanities as art. Why? Well, it's simple like that. I mean, a patient is not just a car, which is going to be repaired simply by mechanical ways. We have this straightforward fact concerning medical education. Doctors are generally trained, I think with very few exceptions in the world, to obtain objectivity and detachment. And they must look only at the patient's biological manifestations, because medical education does not teach them to also pay attention to their soul, spirit, emotions, etc. I think that this aspect is crucial. Why? Well, because we have these questions. Does objectivity exclude emotions? Could we talk about a kind of subjective rationality? In my opinion, the answer is yes, we can. This type of rationality develops at a metacognitive level when we, for instance, rationally analyze our emotions. Subsequently, another related question comes into my mind. It's similar going to the hospital as patient with going with a car as service, as I said previously? No, I think there is something unique and different, or at least it should be. I think we are a little bit schizophrenic. Let me explain why. In psychiatry, we take pills to treat the soul, and thus somehow we recognize the fact that material substances may influence our state of mind, our spirit. In contrast, the other way around does not apply, because in other specialties, the physician treats the body while ignoring the soul. Philosophy, on the other hand, has this precise role in medicine and elsewhere to treat everything holistically from all points of view, taking into account all the components of the system. This dichotomy between soul or mind and the body is something inherited from the 17th century, especially from Descartes. As a consequence, we have the view of a world split ontologically into two kinds of objects, res cogitas and res extensa. Res cogitas means thinking bodies, while res extensa stands for extended bodies. Therefore, we inherited this fundamental dichotomy that make us think about ourselves even now in terms of mind versus body. But is this true? Is this the right way to better understand ourselves? We have, for instance, neuroscientists like Antonio Damasio saying that this is a fundamental error. We are fundamentally a mixture of rationality and irrationality, of logic and emotions. When a doctor is treating us, she should care not only for our body, but also this entire complex system called Homo sapiens. From my point of view, philosophy's role in medicine, and not only, is to think everything holistically and to take care of all the components of the system. In our case, the system is a blend between mind and body. Hence, I think that philosophy plays a crucial role in opening up physicians' eyes in their clinical practice, opening up their souls together, of course, towards arts and many other realms of the soul. Rector Boras has already mentioned the crucial role, the critical role of critical thinking in our education and society. But what is critical thinking? For me, it's a threefold thing. It's a domain, I mean an academic domain. It's a skill, as Rector Boras said, but also a mental stance. It's a rational and skeptical approach to everything based on arguments, especially when we must make choices. On the other hand, I would not bring into discussion only critical thinking because, as I was previously asserting, we are a rational and an irrational compound. One of the most irrational things would be to think and to say that we are entirely rational. But no, we have to take into account that we have illogical parts. And this would mean having a realistic approach. We are like a coin with two facets. One is critical thinking, the rational, the logical, analytical kind of thinking and attitude towards life. On the other side of the coin, we have emotions. We have emotional intelligence, emotional management, or whatever you wish to call it. We have better control of your feelings. In order, to have better control of your feelings, you must analyze them critically, analytically, logically, rationally. On the other hand, to think rationally or critically, you must first manage your emotions. Because of this, I would say it is a circle, sometimes a vicious circle. But we have both in our life, and we must cope with both the two essential aspects of us. Going back to the Damasio, we should not have a dichotomy. It's not an either or. It's not either emotion or logic. It is so. And if it's so, is like acting, like being lobotomized by the fact that we are disconnecting critical parts of what we are. But I continue saying that we are both emotions and logic. How much time do I have?
Well, a minute maybe.
Okay, so I will skip over a section about zone politikon, and let me conclude. Let me conclude with that. I mean, if we are treating our bodies, as I said previously, it is somehow equivalent to a lobotomy, for we are excluding the connection with the other side, whereas this other side is essential for us. I am and you are a whole, a mix of emotions and rationality, and this is how I wish to be considered and treated. Moreover, even biologically, to improve the performance of a car, you must eventually take care of the driver. Therefore, an enhanced medical system, not necessarily an ideal one, but a better one than we have the currently one, means to have a holistic approach where emotions are part of a medical equation, and to treat patients like persons, not as biological machines. As I said, by reducing patients to robots, medicine will end up downgrowing and maybe replacing doctors with robots. But can we afford pursuing this line of thought? So I'll conclude here, and I may expand if necessary during discussions. Thank you very much, and please consider that. Don't forget philosophy, critical thinking, art, and humanities in our education.
Thank you very much, Sorin. And yes, as you said, it's rational intelligence and also emotional intelligence, and combination of both is crucial, I believe. Doesn't matter if you are purely a scientist or just human beings. So the next presentation will be by Tomas DAVULIS, Dean of the Faculty of Law from Vilnius University. Please, approximately 10 minutes.
Okay. I'll try to share my slides, if it's possible. Can you see them?
Yeah.
Okay. After this wonderful presentation by Professor COSTREIE, I'd like to, despite being the lawyer, to be a little bit more practical and to tell about our experience at the Vilnius University in Lithuania, what we do in order to approach entrepreneurship, businesses, and enhance the skills of our teachers, of our professors, and the students. I'm sorry, will be not talking about the legal perspective, maybe because I'm a little bit tired of the legal science. But what I'm trying to say that in quite many ways, we feel that universities and the faculties are too much concentrated on their own issues in academic questions. So it's like living in the bubble. It is necessary, we know it from medieval times, but we should always try to look at the balance, how we can help our students, how we can help our professors and researchers be more active in the public field, and especially how to connect the dots which are currently important maybe for our students and for what society expects from us. So I'll be talking about TechHUB, Vilnius University Technology Hub, which was established 2 years ago as an initiative from several faculties. And once again, this is not university central administration and not the rector's will to establish this kind of platform, or the entity within the university sui generis. This was an initiative from several faculties, and the faculties of social sciences were most active ones. Faculty of law, faculty of economics, business school. We have seen this an opportunity to help our colleagues from other faculties like medicine, like communication, like biosciences, even geography, to be more visible and to provide for opportunity for our students to engage on practical work, startups, entrepreneurship very early in their studies. So you can see we established the TechHUB as a entity of Vilnius University by initiative of deans of the 8 faculties, 8 entities. And the main idea was to try to connect students, scientists, and businesses. The purpose is to promote entrepreneurship and innovations by the students, but also we're looking at our researchers, and we also want to encourage them to present their research and to look for possibility to monetize the research. Of course, we have central units, central entities working in this area in many universities. There are some professionals which are more successful than the others, but we felt that this initiative could be also an initiative at the level of the faculties. And this is also the Technology Hub is a sort of platform of communication and exchange of information, and some initiatives which were raised by the faculties have now been implemented. So if we talk about the Technology Hub today, we think of possibility to organize conferences and seminars like the future of tech, or artificial intelligence, intellectual property, which is also maybe one of the important fields where the lawyers can help other sciences, and much more. Then we try to organize the set of events, practical sessions, workshops, hackathons, competition, contests. Of course, everything, including meetups, have purpose to increase our students' employability, to provide for more skills which are not in the curriculum, and as I told you, to connect with the businesses, with the world, with the ecosystem which exists already at Vilnius, the capital city. And well, for the students, we try to give more additional activities. We try to take under umbrella clinics, practices, and we think about the sandboxes. We have competitions, and we look into possibility for interdisciplinary study programs, including PhD at the level of PhDs. And in order to make it viable, in order to make it vibrant and alive, we think that constant organization of constant events is necessary, like annual conferences, workshops, even this sort of science fair of the university where each researcher can present himself for the others. This communication is lacking actually at Vilnius University, and we try to increase visibility of the research in order to connect more professors with each other, because still those entities are quite autonomous ones. And as I mentioned already, entrepreneurship is one of the lacking skill of our students and professors, and we try to encourage them to be more active by looking for financing from the business side. Of course, we have research councils and other sponsorship possibilities, but the connection with the businesses is of the vital importance here as well. Well, for instance, one of the most successful events last year was contest of the best final thesis. So you can see we have several categories, different categories like innovations for life, societal challenges in the age of technologies, technologies in developing societies, and interdisciplinarity. And you can see that a lot of different papers were presented from very different entities, which means that basically there is a need for interdisciplinary work. There is a need to go outside the box, to go to the more and to take a look at maybe at the things from more practical perspective, but not, of course, not neglecting the level of university's research. Collaboration, which is also very important of this new entity, is with Information Association, the major one. Also, the ministries are included, especially Minister of Economics and Innovation, Business Confederation, Blockchain Center, Patent Bureau, state agencies, but also private companies like Google, Wix, and also very important collaboration with accelerators programs, German Accelerator, Tech Accelerator, etc. So one of the most successful projects within the umbrella of this TechHUB is the pre-acceleration mission. We look at the pre-accelerator as a possibility to create the skills for our teachers, for our professors, to manage the teams where the startups can be raised within university. Our aim is to create ecosystem within university, not outside university, where the startups can be born. So we, in collaboration with the State Agency for Science, Innovation and Technology, we have a program called Pre-Acceleration Mission, TechHUB. And this program is one of the, I would say, successes of our entity, because we invite everybody to join the program. And this is 3 months program. We're starting the second circle. First circle, 106 applications, 26 startups were selected. In another circle, we have 91 applications, 24 startups, which are more strong from my, I think, of my opinion. So we are trying to prepare the startups. We're trying to also develop our own skills of our professors, but also to spread the knowledge that the startup can be found at university, at university. And those are live seminars, workshops, mentoring, possibility to pitch to investors, visibility, etc. And we have mentors in residence, we have mentors outside as lecturers and as experts from different companies. And we also a bunch of investors which are keen to invest into these startups, including Vilnius University Fund, the special fund created for new possibilities of financing university initiatives, etc. So, as I told you, we try to make those different fields work together. And initiative is also new one. I would say that we are also looking for new forms of collaboration. For instance, the creation of the special groups. You can imagine the groups on artificial intelligence, where the people from Faculty of Mathematics talk with the lawyers, talk with the linguists, and it's very difficult. And biologists, it's very difficult, tough discussions about the concepts, about the principles, but still we think that this is necessary. And without it, it would be rather difficult to find this ground, the main soul for discussion. So, this is our successful events, and we're looking forward to develop this TechHUB as an entity platform for interdisciplinary work. And I think the most ambitious goal would be not only the commercial side, the startups, entrepreneurship skills, but also the more serious interdisciplinary program at the level of PhD. This is something we have an ambition to create. Thank you very much. And I'm
Thank you very much, Tomas, for the presentation of your TechHUB in Vilnius. And now the third presentation by Professor Peter Grils, Faculty of Law, University of Ljubljana. Please, Peter.